Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel for some more Samurai Warriors 4-2. We are now on the campaign of Generations and on the second battle, another very familiar name, the Komakinagakute's battle. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Kagekatsu, そして直江兼続の上杉主従は領土争いに勝利。北信濃の地と優勝真田幸村との出会いを得た。その後真田家は徳川に対抗するため上杉を頼る。景勝は真田の心中を許し一転徳川と相対した。各地の大名が己の領土に執着する中、織田家臣羽柴秀吉が徐々に頭角を現す。信長の同盟者徳川家康も着実に勢力を拡大。天下の行く末は秀吉と家康の2人に委ねられた。信長の死から2年後、両者はついに激突。徳川と敵対していた上杉家は羽柴に味方する。羽柴陣営には以前刃を交えた強敵真田幸村の姿もあった。大樹の将小牧長久手の戦い。
Well then, if that wasn't familiar, I don't know what is.
嬉しいぞ、幸村。共に戦うことができるとは。
上杉は敵対した真田を許してくださいました。そのご恩、生涯忘れませぬ。
礼には及ばぬ。上杉は義士の味方だ。そこの目つきの悪い青年、どうだ、お前も我らと語らないか。
まさか俺のことか。
あなたは秀吉様の信頼厚き石田三成殿では。
これはしたり。あまりに寂しそうにしていたのでつい声をかけてしまった。
俺は目つきが悪くも寂しそうにもしていない。むしろ貴様の主の方がポツンとしているのではないか。
兼継友を得たな。
Well then, really though, I thought generations mean that he is the next generation rising up to, I guess, strike to survive in the chaos, but obviously, I guess now, after seeing those two little sequences, I guess the definition of generations, what Koei wants to convey to us is that although he is, I guess, successor to the great Uesugi family, but the younger generation who could actually see the end, I guess the end to the warring like states are the ones that he should look after and support them to grow. So there is a reason why it's called like Taiju no Cho, the chapter of the great tree. So he is going to become, I guess, the roots, I guess the bark, and then these youngsters are, I guess, the poetic device here is to, like, they are the younger, I guess, leaves and branches branching out, and he's gonna be the very powerful roots and support to all these newer generations. So I guess the generations could be interpreted in multiple, I guess, meanings. Speaking of which, why am I like having so much speaking issues right now is because obviously we are still in the weekend, although we should be going to work in Hong Kong starting today, but because my job is that I could get an extra day off if I actually do like a lot of overtime work. So I took the, I guess, Sunday off and had another little, I guess, family and friends outing. And as usual, whenever that happens, I get myself a little bit booze and my head becomes woozy. Doesn't make me dumb, it's just like when I try to convey what I'm thinking into words, I get a little bit constipated. So bear with me, but I really feel like I'm gonna bring out, I guess, some videos for you guys. And yeah, sorry like for not bringing as many materials I could per day, because I guess first of all the celebration's taking a lot of time, second of all I guess I don't really want to continue my lousy sleep schedule, so all in all I'm trying to sleep earlier, although that's not gonna happen probably, but you know, one can always dream, one can try. Speaking of which though, I don't know, it's like I've been hearing a lot of rumors from my friends who actually also own this game, is that the final chapter is going to be one of those Kuso chapters. If you translate it into English, it's gonna be those, I guess, just for comic release type of chapters. They told me there's gotta be a lot of sexiness in there, so I'm just like, what am I supposed to expect from the 5 battles that, or maybe 5 or more battles, or less than 5 battles that's gonna show up? Speaking of which though, I guess this special, I guess, chapter that you could unlock, the campaign after you could unlock, is featuring these girls. They also, I guess, my version is the day 0 edition, so I was given the code to download the special outfit for Naomasa as well as Mommy Naotora. But I remember there's like a contents pack for a special outfit too, which was given with the Day 0 version, and I found out, like, I think it was like something related to the onsen scene that we see in the opening sequence. Not really sure, but let's just hope so, because, you know, I like beautiful girls too. Going back to the game though, I guess my interpretation of Generations just now could possibly be what Koei has intended to do for this chapter that's centered around Uesugi Kagekatsu. And yeah, so therefore it's pretty understandable why they put a sequence featuring, I guess, Yukimura, and it's not surprising if later on, continuing further into, I guess, this campaign, we will be seeing the appearance of Mitsunari. Because, as you've all known, if you're a long-term fan of the Koei universe of Warring States, these 3 are called the Gitorio, I guess the Justice 3, or the Justice Trio. That's what they named them. And yeah, so when I was just thinking, hey, it's about time to have a little bit less of, I guess, our cutie boy, Ishida Mitsunari, well, there you go. He's not gonna be, or maybe he is going to be playable in this chapter. No, campaign, sorry, I keep on mistaking the two. Probably because my brain is getting a little bit fuzzy-wuzzy. But, apparently, because the Gitorio and the Justice 3 are gonna be a big part of this story, judging from what I've seen just now, because Kaika's like, the next generation of fighters. It's like, Kanetsugu, you've made very good friends. I don't even know why does he have that accent. He shouldn't be, but please don't take it as an offensive thing. It's just because, too boozy. Yeah. Going back to the game before people getting, like, fired up and stuff. So, this Generations, though, I was mildly surprised. They didn't really cover the, I guess, the successors battle between him and adopted son Hojo Saburo, which is later renamed as Uesugi Kagetora. Or maybe they're just gonna save it for, I guess, the Hojo family scenarios. Honestly speaking though, the Hojo family is awesome. I really love Kaihime because I think she's like me in many ways. Like, we don't like to lose. We are just strong fighters. Doesn't mean I go violently beat people up, no. I just mean that if there is something worth the pursuit worth the try and worth the hard effort placed in, I would definitely not give up easily before I go through a serious struggle. That's what I like about her, because that's like myself in general. I like Hojo Ieyasu because he's the type of guy that looks like he's always joking around and just like so, I guess, slack and really calculated. He's not calm. He always like make comments like, he's like, the fuck? They're already like outside my doors. They're attacking. What the frick? I'm just gonna... Well, there's nothing much I can do, so let's just beat their bums back. We're not letting our city fall under these mofos. Well, obviously, Japanese people don't have swear words. I'm just making it up. That's just literally how he felt like when what he said is translated into English. But, you know, like, whenever they do English dubbing of a foreign, I guess, game, most of the time, you're expecting screw-ups. It's not the problem of the voice actors, it's just a problem of the cultural context. What they really mean compared to what they mean if you look at the words. So another part of the Hojo family, of course, is the well-known the ninja boy called Fuma Kotaro. He is awesome. Also, he's the same like voice actor that voiced our good old boy Date Masamune, which we have previously completed the campaign of our good old master and servant. And by the way, if you guys could have tell the difference, because myself, I could feel the difference. My nose have, well, not fully recovered. I still sound a little bit nasally compared to what I was before all the like allergic reaction went on. But somehow, after I guess countless switch-ins to different meds and I guess going to see the doc asking for help, my nose kind of stop like having the, I guess, the ridiculous swollen sensation inside the nasal cavity. Before the whole conversation gets really gross, I'm just gonna, you know, just graze by and tell you that probably the quality of my, I guess, commentary won't be as disturbing as a nasally sound like sick person would. So yeah. But the problem I think I have mentioned, maybe I haven't mentioned about is, I guess, Hayakawa Dono. It's like, I probably remember her much from the, like, previous game in 4, is that she always says something like, for the sake of our people, we shall fight on, never give up. With the bonds and ties of our family, and our bigger family with the people of our lands, we could prevail. Well, let's just not go all mean on her. There are a lot of people in real life actually believe in these really just, I guess, fantasy world-like things that in real life, fuck no, that doesn't happen. Because a lot of things, actually almost 80% of the things that happen in your life is unfair. And can you do something about it? Probably yes. Is it guaranteed to change? Probably no, because there is a fixed system how the society and how other people function and work. So, especially bringing back to the Sengoku Warring States era, no, bitch, that doesn't work. You know, you are coming across the, I guess, the ridiculous Sparta 300 like army of frickin' it's back then was Hashiba Hideyoshi. So just imagine throwing a fucking egg onto a fucking rock. That's what the Chinese saying said. It's like, throw an egg at the rock, you fucking just get destroyed. If you notice, they come beyond prepared. Even their supplies could literally just drown you. I'm not putting the literal reference to the Oshijo battle, but I'm just saying that if their supplies could drown your whole city, this means there's no point of trying. It's either you guys, if you really want your dignity, you can use the traditional Japanese way of suiciding and say goodbye to the world and be remembered as one of those very, I guess, chivalrous family of Hojo. Or you could be smarter like our man Kojuro and Date Masamune and go like, hey, it was about this. I keep my land, but I will actually fight alongside you and maybe fight under you as your, I guess, employee. How's about that? You can save your time like trying to conquer my ass and losing some man on the way, and I could save my ass from destruction. And in the scenario of master and servant, they could go like, how's about this? I'm gonna just learn a lot about Hideyoshi's army, and if I find out there is any weaknesses or anything I could exploit, like what they did on causing the riot of Kasai and Osaki, then a lot of things could be prevented. You have no idea how ridiculous it is just believing that you have the faith and bonds between your family, probably less than 10 people, and you think you can conquer, I guess, 200,000 people. It is a absolutely atrocity to my, I guess, opinion, because your people believed in your propaganda and bullshit about being able to prevail. And I'm not saying that people are dumb, but back then, you know what? It's not like you have satellites and shit that could see how many people are actually coming towards your city or coming towards your country. Back then, it's like, oh, I only see this much people charging at me. Maybe we could win. But then, like, there's 200,000 compared to, I guess, 50,000. Like, literally, that's just ridiculous. You're just sending your people to die. And especially, I don't like that about... Okay, let's put it this way. I do not hate Hayakawa Dono. I like her as a new character. She's very cute. I like kawaii girls. But her characteristic as a, I guess, playable character, as well as personality, just kind of drove me nuts because, like I've mentioned about how Mitsunari met his fall, because sometimes you've got to be cunning, you have to be naive, you have to be calculated like Kojuro, you have to play dirty to survive in the real world. I'm not saying that you have to hurt people in general, but defense for yourself and making wise decisions that doesn't affect innocent people that really doesn't want to be affected by you is the norm. Because that's just the common sense, for God's sake. But the other reason why I'm kind of like firing off at this issue of being naive and just pretend that the whole world owes you shit because you're a cute kawaii girl that felt so melancholic due to a lot of things, but you believe in faith and frickin' relationship bonding and whatever the crap that's intangible and could not do shit for you. Because, you know what, I don't know, but most of the time, outside of anywhere but Asia, this isn't a prevailing issue. But fuck, man, I have been back in Asia for quite a while, and I found out this. These type of girls get the most hype. For some godforsaken reason, they like people who have the minds, not of stupidity, but of utter, like, uselessness. You know, faith and all these stuff is awesome. It's something where you could actually gain, I guess, moral boosts and, I guess, emotional support from when it works out for you. A lot of times, Asian guys, especially Hong Kong guys in general, are like, oh my god, the only reason why, I guess they're talking about me, Annie is so not that popular in between guys is because she is a realist. Okay, first off, you live with your parents and you probably don't work. You're in, I guess, college year 7, and everything to you felt really, I guess, slack and comfortable, and you don't have to deal with a lot of shit. I've dealt with family falling ill and a lot of stuff. I've been working since I was 15 when I was in high school back in Vancouver. I'm not saying that I'm greater than you because I have worked before. It's just more like because you don't really have to think about making that freaking bread and just actually, I don't know, just carry out what I guess our Chinese culture said, the filial piety, to actually repay your parents and grandparents for what they've done to you. You felt like everything is so simply just, oh, if I believe good shit's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Same goes for Hayakawa Dono. Good shit's gonna happen when you work for it and when you actually calculate it and know what you're doing. It's not like, hey, I'm just gonna throw a fucking egg at a rock and the rock is not gonna come and hurt me. Well, it's still gonna hurt me. And in real life, for some reason, Asian people tend to like, I guess, people who talk beautiful words and sometimes cannot carry out, get sunken and, I guess, demotivated after they fail, and then look like they're gonna cry and have a tough time, and then you just can't help but pity them. First of all, there are a lot of people worth pitying, and those bitches and idiots, some guys are like that too in Asia, let me just tell you that. If you want to exert your pity on someone, there are a lot of people who have a tougher life. Example, people being bullied chronically all over the world, people who are disabled but do not have the capital nor the support to actually buy the, I guess, stuff that could help with their life, like wheelchairs, crutches, etc. And those who are starving to death in Africa and a lot of third world countries, those people, you don't give a crap. But wailing girls go like, oh my god, FML, because life is so tough on me and shit. Honestly though, for real, really. Like, there's a reason why I had to, I don't know, I don't have a vendetta against any characters in this game, or in any game, because it's ridiculous to, like, go all full out pissed off and just rage on a virtual character. But I'm just saying, that type of girls, actually, in real life, that type of guys actually existed too. So that type of people in general just makes me really pissed off. Just because you're not facing off what the society really looks like and felt like doesn't mean that that so-called cuteness of you is actually very worth the praise and center of attraction. But unfortunately for, I guess, in Canada, there's not really that much like non-Asian people who actually give a crap about, oh, I believe in that and I'm stumped because my belief doesn't become true. But in Asia in general, after being back for a few years, I'm just like, really now? Is that how we fall back into, this is fucking 21st century, you've got to wake up some point. A lot of things doesn't go your way. And those of you who are like, oh my gosh, she's raging in the video, obviously I'm not raging, because if you've been on my channel long enough, you would know. Honestly. Let's wait for the cutscene, please.
Sanada Yukimura.
Ishida Mitsunari.
我ら共に敵を打ち破り義の勝利を手に入れん
Yes, folks, the Justice Trio is confirmed.
鮮やかに咲きし義の花たちよ、わしは幹としてお前たちを咲き誇らせよ。
Yup, he's going for that. He's gonna be the supporter of these younger generation, although he's still young, but you know, whatever he likes. So those of you who's been like keeping up with my channel since its birth, you know I usually tend to talk fast, so no offense meant, and if you really want to take it offensively, be my guest, because there's nothing I can do on each other's opinions. That calls an end to the second battle. We are, oh wow, I was talking about Oshijo, so we are gonna face off with Hojo next battle, and I'll see you guys. Peace!